call things how I see it. Yeah, that's right. In case you do not know, I go by the name of Joffey Joe. And this is the show. Call it how I see it. And on today's episode, I got a couple of teams I want to talk to y'all about. And first and foremost, I have a great example of nepotism going on in the NBA world. Some may know what I'm talking about. Some may not know what I'm talking about. But I have Glenn Pratt in the house, and we're going to talk about the nepotism going on with the Los Angeles Lakers and what to make of it moving forward in this NBA season. Secondly, I got Carlo. He's back in the house. And since we missed a blunt of most of the NBA free agency signings, my beloved and JC's beloved Sixers made some moves, and we're here to talk about it and probably give Daryl Morey his flowers. I'm still not sold yet. I'm not sold on Daryl Morey just yet, so we'll see how this plays out, Mr. Morey. But thirdly, I have to talk some Phillies baseball. The Phillies are the best team in baseball, and they just beat the shit out of the Dodgers. I love it. They're gonna play each other again tonight, but I want to run this take before they do it because I want to talk on a high note about what happened yesterday. But definitely want to monitor what they do tonight and how they move moving forward in the series against the Dodgers, and also talk about the 7 All-Stars that they have on their team because the Phillies are the best team in baseball, and y'all are paying attention. And I'm gonna start talking about it. There's no other sports around right now, so I'm gonna start talking more baseball. Yes. So you don't want to miss out on this action-packed episode. And we're back, and as you see, y'all, I got Glenn Pratt in the house. Sir, what up, man? How you doing, my guy?
I'm always good when I get a call from Joffey because he wants me to call it how I see it. You know I'm ready to get it in. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. So, as many of y'all can read on the bottom of the screen here, we're going to talk a little bit about nepotism. And there's a big type of nepotism going on in the NBA world. As we all saw on draft night, or at least the second day, since the NBA wants to extend the draft now. But on the second day, we all saw the Lakers pick Bronny James. And with the 55th pick, they took him. And now he's a Laker. And now, 2 weeks later, as we talk about it now, my man got paid. My man's been on the court. My man's had everything really given to him, honestly. But, you know, he is where he is because of the name. Like we talked about a couple months ago, his name got paid. And also, could also cause some arbitration problems later for his household later. But I'll open up that can of worms in a little bit. But, welcome back. And
yes,
what do you feel about this going on right now?
Man, it's tough, man. You don't want to fault LeBron for the simple fact. I mean, of course he wants the best for his son.
Right.
But from us outsiders watching what's going on, it's hard for us to think that there wasn't some behind-the-scenes deals being. I mean, are you kidding? Nepotism. The definition of nepotism is the unfair use of power in order to get jobs or other benefits for your family and friends.
Yes.
Now, when you look at the way this is playing out, how is it not nepotism? It's hard when you look at what Bronny did in college. How do you justify this position?
Right.
We talked about it before. The player on the team who led the team in scoring was their man.
Yes.
He's undrafted.
Yep, that's right.
Because his name wasn't James. That's the bottom line. I mean, all through life, whether it be in business, politics, I mean, you see people, a father or a grandfather's a fireman, the son, the daughter. You wonder, where does it go? Where the tentacles of nepotism are. I mean, I guess if someone's qualified, you can at least explain it.
Right.
But when you look at Bronny's line, you're like, how does
not
that
qualified? Where's the qualifications? Where's the skill set?
Where is it qualified? So nepotism seems to be at the root of this. It's hard to deny. So it's gonna, like I said, I just want to get on the court and play. Can
Exactly.
he play? You know what I mean?
Exactly. But you're absolutely right. The tentacles of this is just run rampant, and like we all see it, like in the working world. No matter what career we choose in life, right? We all see nepotism in some type of light. Somebody's there for some type of reason, or some type of family member is helping them out and giving them the power that they usually wouldn't have because they don't really have that skill set. Like you hit the nail on the head on that one. But in this situation, where there's a very competitive base, and for someone to shoot up and get everything they got, it's really crazy. I mean, even like the contract breakdown. What other 55th pick in the draft has got $8 million guaranteed? I mean, we can go down the line. We can go down all the rest of the second round of the draft. They don't even equal up to that contract money. It's fucking absolutely nuts. It's nuts.
Hard to fathom. I don't see how nepotism can't be at the forefront here. But like I said, to an extent, I guess I don't fault Bronny, but between the Lakers and I'm just wondering how much is this just a sideshow? When it comes to sports is a reality show. I mean, they've covered it, or it's entwined in sports. So we sort of us men, for the most part, not that women don't, we gravitate to that, and that's our reality TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
This Laker thing and the way an NFL works, the way the NBA, Major League Baseball, all our major sports, the reality shows, and it's hard to think that nepotism and some kind of things weren't going on. Some shenanigans. Something was going on. I mean, seriously, come on, man.
LeBron is puppeteering everything here, bro. He has the control.
All kinds of strings.
He has the control of everything going on in the Lakers right now. And then, like, given, like, what I don't know what the Lakers are really trying to do this season, because it doesn't seem like they have a team that's really trying to compete for a championship. I mean, for the same part in base, they had the same core of players, and then added Connect and, like, Bronny James. They weren't able to grab any big fish in free agency or do anything impactful to push the needle past a play-in tournament berth. Like, honestly, this team is not going to go anywhere. If anything, they're going to take another step back. And if anything, G, they're just out here trying to sell a fucking Disney movie narrative. And that's what it is. Hollywood, man. Showtime.
Absolutely.
This is where Showtime is.
They got J.J. Redick. They got the smartest man in basketball. You know what I mean?
Freaking with his microphone right in his mouth and everything. Just, you're right, G. The smartest man in the NBA is now.
He'll let you know, too. He has no problem letting people know. So he's going to be under big time. Being the coach of the Lakers, you're going to get that anyway.
Yes.
J.J. Redick having the podcast with LeBron. You know, he's the commentator doing games. I mean, he's out there. He's on First Take with Stephen A. So we know who J.J. is. And to see him, his coaching career start, he's definitely going to be under a microphone. The whole thing seems shady, man. But we'll see.
For sure. It's definitely being puppeteered to whatever LeBron is. If anything, we should just call freaking J.J. Redick J.J. James.
But seriously. I mean, that's what it's going to come down to. Absolutely.
But we'll see where this team moves going forward. But I mean, even with Bronny now, like, he had his debut, he had, like, I think 4 points and shot 10 times and only made like 2 buckets or whatever. And now he's got knee inflammation that he's dealing with at the age of 19, which is crazy because, you know, with all the money that he's been upbrought with, you know, and the training and everything instilled in him by his father, you would think that his body would be holding up better than what it is. But, you know, given he's had heart complications and other things to take into consideration, it's just interesting to see how Bronny's going to pay out. I think the pressure, G, is just, like, huge now. It's just, like, it gets bigger and bigger now. And to be put in this type of light in Showtime, you know, or maybe he's just okay with, you know, being a role guy and maybe falling back in a couple years and be like, hey, I made my money, I'm good. So,
I mean, our expectations can't be that he's going to be LeBron, right?
No.
So we know that's not happening.
No.
What is he going to be? To what level can he take his game? My son brought up to me, he's like, so he doesn't have room for improvement. I'm saying, okay. I mean, show me. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm all about, Joe. I always tell you got the goods, man. I watch games with these, and granted, I guess I evaluate a lot of things by an eyeball test for myself, and it's just my opinion. But can Bronny play? I'm going to watch him, and if he improves, I'll give him his credit. But right now, I don't think he's a player. And if he gets better, okay, give him his props. I'll give him his flowers when it's time. But right now, I got a lot of question marks, man.
A lot of question marks. And, like, you know, we have 2 eyes, we have 2 ears, 1 mouth.
You know what I mean?
All right, so we're all, like, you know what I mean? We're all paying attention and hearing everything that's going on here. So, the pressure's on, I do think, though. Like, we'll see. Like you said, at the end of the day, lead by example. You know, if you're there for a reason, show the reason why you're there, and that's really what it comes down to. And if you can't, oh god, man, you're gonna be.
What's gonna come down? It will come down.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's the pressure I'm talking about, because like we're almost betting as like a public and you know where we are as society that he doesn't make it, and we're hoping that he fails, and then we're trying to prove ourselves right. Like, yeah, he should have never been drafted, and he should have never been put in this position. But like, as a society, I mean, I think we also need to like lax a little bit and really let things develop and play out. You know, and that's where I don't think treatment has been fair for him, but also in the other half he kind of asked for it. So, and
honestly, carpet was rolled out for him, so I think a lot of people want to see back it up, man. Just back it up.
Yeah.
And then even too, when it comes down to it, they talk about LeBron like owning a team at some point down the line after his career's over. Next thing you know, Bronny James is going to be the CEO of something in the company, just because that's how it works. You know what I'm saying? He'll be some executive in the rankings because that's the way things are done. You know what I mean?
The nepotism.
I mean,
it runs its tentacles even
away from.
No, exactly. It's going to run its tentacles all wild everywhere throughout the whole NBA.
No doubt.
And I mean, we still have Bryce James to come too, so we'll be interested to see what that. Who actually I think will be a better prospect than Bronny, but you know, time will tell. Who knows?
So early.
Too early to tell. But overall, I mean, I think everybody this season, at least for like the most part, until the Lakers, you know, start to crash, I think we'll all be watching this little story and how Showtime has, you know, this is the new Showtime.
Bronny, I want to see it, Bronny. I want to see it.
We're gonna be waiting. We're all witness, Glenn. We're all witness.
Absolutely.
So minus all that, you know, we'll see how things play out for this in this situation. Definitely keep an eye on it.
Looking forward to it.
But G, I appreciate you coming on, man. I do.
Anytime, Joffey, you know I'm always down to call it how I see it.
Yes. Yo, good luck, stream. Appreciate it.
Yo, be safe, Joffey. I'll talk to you, man.
I'll talk to you too. Have a good night, man.
You too, man. Be safe.
Peace. All right, Jay, here we go. I think there's some things we got to talk about, including the Sixers. Yes, so far so good. Welcome back, Jay. Welcome back on the show.
Thank you.
So, us being Sixers fans, I thought we should, break down a little bit of some of the offseason moves that my boy, Daryl Morey, has been doing. I have to maybe give him kudos. I wouldn't give him the flowers yet, but I'll give him some kudos for some of the moves and strings that he was able to pull. Getting Maxey to re-sign was big. Getting Paul George, as we all see, the biggest catch out there in the pond was pretty, I got to give kudos to that. Bringing back Oubre, love that. Bringing Caleb Martin on the deal, getting rid of Paul Reed, getting Andre Drummond. There's so much good things that I've seen him do. I see him trying. So, what's your take on so far of what Daryl Morey has done with the 76ers so far?
I hope he's not finished yet, because we still have a power forward problem.
Yes.
But everything that he has put on paper and locked in so far has been pretty good.
I agree.
Paul George wasn't my first choice, but after OG signed and after a couple other people signed, like, all right, it's growing on me a little bit.
Right.
Caleb Martin, I think that's a big move because he took significantly less money to come.
Huge. That was crazy. Like, we were looking at what, like 6 years for $65 million or something like that in that ballpark.
Something like that.
But
he took 4 for 32. I'd take it.
Well, like a player like that to be like, groomed into like the Heat culture and then, be what he was for them, and then for us to just like, swoop him in for less money is pretty big, I think. But I think he can definitely contribute.
He's going to be what Tobias should have been.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I've always liked his game. He hustles. He can shoot the three.
Yes.
He's given Boston a lot of problems in the past.
Celtic killer himself.
He is the Celtic killer, and I'll take that guy on my team. That boy is a dog. He knows how to play.
Yeah.
He's the kind of guy you want on your team. But like him, Oubre, they're dogs, bro. Paul George, Like he doesn't have to be such a dog. He's older, but like you got other dogs around you. It's just like they're gonna hustle and go for it.
He's now the third option.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm
my favorite signing.
Yes.
Andre Drummond, the guy who should have never left.
I know. I mean, dude. Like I was saying before, like when we previously chatting before everything started, I'm just like, where was Andre Drummond against the Knicks? Like, we needed you, bro. We just needed a fucking rebound.
He was the Hartenstein antidote.
I know. That's what I'm saying. But, like, Josh Hart would have been nothing. He would have been absolutely nothing against Andre Drummond or even having Joel Embiid in the way, Just, like, there's a lot to that. Rebounding takes a lot, and it's a very important aspect to the sport. So, I mean, but, like, seeing what they've done so far, like I said, as much as I don't like Daryl Morey, and I've been ripping him up on my show, I have to give him kudos. I do. I have to give him props. And when you catch the biggest fish out in the pond, I got to tip my hat to you, and you did that with Paul George. You got the cream of the crop. I gotta give you credit. A lot of the deals that you've made in terms of the cap, you set yourself up with the second most cap room behind Detroit, and then now to see where everything has pulled, getting Maxey, even putting Joel. These guys are all locked up until 2027, I believe. So that gives a good window of time for them to win, succeed. Paul George being the way he is now in his career and his age and everything. Like, he can age gracefully. He's not asked to do too much. Even like in the Clippers process with him and Kawhi, he's playing two, he's playing the fiddle, and there's more leniency here, so he can do what he has to do. And we all gotta give, we all know Paul George too as a great defender too, and he led the NBA in steals I think 2 years ago. So there's a lot of still aspects that he can complement to what we have going on, and I really think that Daryl Morey, sharpened the knife here for this team moving forward. And I was breaking down too. There's in the Eastern Conference now, since the Celtics won the NBA championship, there's different classes and there's different tiers to things. And I think the Sixers are on that tier right now with the Celtics, and I think the Celtics definitely took notice to what we just did. And maybe even part of the reason why the owners wanted to sell the team. Who knows? But there's a lot to it, and I'm really excited about this. I am.
Yeah, there's a lot to look forward to. Along with the best thing to be is available.
Exactly. And
that is healthy. That's the key.
That is the key. That's the elephant in the room in this situation, especially with Joel Embiid on the court, and given other aspects to what the Sixers have been in the past couple seasons. It's they need to stay healthy. It's about health. Even Paul George, he
Uh-huh.
did play 74 games last year, but he's gonna be 36 coming into next year. Health has been
Is,
a been
is he
yeah,
36?
he's that old, man. He's
Really?
that old. I believe he's 35 right now.
Wow.
I know.
Oh, I wouldn't have gave him that much. I mean,
Well,
I thought he was 34, and now we're still stretching it.
I think
But
I'm
hey,
pretty sure
all
he's
right now.
35. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's 35.
Okay, all
But
right.
if you don't dangle that over his head, there's no chance that you get him to come here. So like that type of money and that type of contract needed to be thrown. He made it known, and he was gonna get the biggest deal out there. And Daryl Morey, given everything he had in terms of cap space and his situation, he made that happen. So you gotta
Yeah.
you know take it for what it is. I mean, also what it is we don't have to deal with Tobias Harris anymore. That's a big thing. You know what I mean? Him going to Detroit.
I want his agent though. I do want his agent.
He's not with Clutch
He got
Sports.
2 for 52. That's impressive.
That is impressive. You got to give him credit for that. I mean, he's still getting his money, and he's still, I believe, in terms of contracts now, has garnished more money in any professional sport without an All-Star bid.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. So, yes, he has a good agent. But him not being on the Sixers, him going back to Detroit, maybe that's what he needs. Maybe he can get better stat padding wise. But I think we all know what he is. He's just not a winner. But you put up 0 points against the Knicks, bro. Get out of here. I would have drove the Uber. Would have drove the Uber to get him out of here.
Oh yeah. He said in the beginning of the season the fans were trading for a crumble cookie. I don't even think we could get that for him now.
I mean, I think the crumble cookie is actually more valuable. That's just, I'm enjoying the one out here in Mays Landing. But yeah. So overall, I mean, I'm really happy with what we got going moving forward, man.
Eric Gordon on the vet min is going to be interesting.
That's going to be interesting. I know it's another one of those Daryl Morey signings, Rockets connection. But having Eric Gordon, he averaged 11 points last year. Obviously, came off the bench for Phoenix. But in this type of role, he might be not asked to do more, but not asked to do less either. So it could actually benefit him. Might have some fresher legs. I think he's balling for the Bahamas right now.
Yeah, I heard. Yes.
But my clone ain't out there. I thought he was gonna be out there. I ended up just taking the money from Dallas and dipping.
Clay.
I know. I know.
He's gonna be so wide open this year, though.
Yeah. I mean,
So
dude, with Kyrie and Luka around, I'll just be chilling and I'll hit that shot, corner pocket,
Standing in the corner.
corner
He don't even
pocket.
need to do that much. You give him a good 17 a game. That's more than Tim Hardaway Jr. That's the upgrade.
You'll see 40%, 40% percentage.
Oh, easy.
It's coming back.
Easy.
It's coming back.
Easy.
It's coming back. But we'll see.
With Gordon though, with him, McCain, and Drummond coming off the
Yes.
bench, that's formidable. It's
Yes,
formidable.
I agree.
And then you have Ricky Council, who I think is going to be with us most of the season.
Yes,
It has good potential.
I agree. I mean, like I was telling you before we started, man. Like, if we were to pick up anybody else out there, give me Sadiq Bey, baby. I would like to have Sadiq Bey.
We're still in search for a power forward.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need somebody for. I mean, we need somebody strong at the four. I was hoping we get Miles Bridges, but I guess with everything that we use in terms of money
3
and
for 7,
yeah.
5. I don't think we could have given him that.
nah, we wouldn't have been able to do it. But I mean, overall, I'm still content with what we were able to get here. And like I said, grabbing someone like Sadiq or another options out there. I mean, I also like to see Campaign come back. Don't get me wrong. I know he's got little legal troubles going on out
Is
here.
he a free agent?
He
Is he a
is.
free agent?
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Oh, I'd bring him back. I'd bring him back on the move.
I agree too. That's what I'm saying. Bring him back. I would love to have him come back. Just you need those shooters, man, and he's not afraid to stroke it. And he comes in with energy. I like his energy. I like him coming off the bench. I thought he was a nice pickup for our team. He definitely helped us when we had droughts and stuff. And
Yeah, for sure.
he's a good backup, I think, and I would take him. We could use another guard. It doesn't hurt to have another guard. So we'll see what direction we move in forward. But overall, so far, I mean, if I was to grade this whole off season so far, I'd give it like an A, a solid A, not A plus, but A.
Yet to be seen. I give it a nice solid B plus.
Okay.
A nice solid B. The power forward, what they do with that is going to tell me where this is going.
I agree, but also in today's NBA, maybe a traditional four that like we all command and want that we think is like the perfect piece, maybe it might not be needed. Like given like the Knicks situation, the Celtics situation,
Right.
But like, if we have
Maybe
somebody else,
Caleb is your four.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like maybe you need this guy you need guys to run out there, or even have Paul George kind of play the four and just take steps back and more relaxed role and do what he has to do. So there's a lot of options with that, and that's just where the game is nowadays. So that's all things to consider. But overall, I think as fans, Jay, I think we can walk back and say not too bad.
We did good.
Yes,
Did good.
I agree. And then you never know what else might pop up. So
Yeah, Daryl Morey always has something.
yeah, he's a sneaky guy, but I'm finally glad to see him kind of put his money where his mouth is. I mean, I was interested to see, and you know what? I give you a little bit of kudos, but we'll see how everything stirs in this big pot that you brew. So we shall see. But Jay, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Appreciate you having me as always, brother.
Absolutely. I'll be in touch, and good night.
All right. Sounds good.
So, just like I told y'all in the intro, I am here to talk baseball because the team that I love is the best team in baseball. So I have to talk about them. I talked about them about probably 5 or 6 weeks ago, and yes, the Phillies have taken a back seat in terms of my programming here, but seeing how baseball season is supreme in the month of July and August, I have to talk about the Phillies, especially since the All-Star break is about to come up next week. So, where the Phillies are right now? Well, they just beat the crap out of the highest paid payroll in baseball, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Yes, given they're not with Mookie Betts right now because of his injury, but that starting four and that batting lineup is deadly. I will give them that. But last night, the Phillies were up to the challenge and some. They were so up to the challenge, the Dodgers had to make the decision to option the starting pitcher from yesterday. That's how bad the Phillies beat him up. I think it was Jonathan Miller. Don't remember. Never remember because he's not really relevant to what the Dodgers are doing anymore. But, mind you, Zach Wheeler in that first at bat against Shohei Ohtani, man, what a battle. It was electric in Citizens Bank Park. No, I was not there since I am a jinx, and most of the times when I do go there, Bryce Harper gets injured or Kyle Schwarber gets injured. God, that night when I went to go see the fireworks, both players got injured. So maybe there's a jinx to me. I don't know. But I will be going to more games. So, knock on wood. But back to what happened last night. The Phillies fucked up the Dodgers. They just fucked them up. And I loved it because the Dodgers really ain't shit. They ain't been shit. Dave Roberts is really one of the most overrated managers I've ever seen in history. And I'm really surprised he still coaches this team because I think Don Mattingly would have won more titles with this core of players than Dave Roberts. That's just my take on that. But, mind you, the Dodgers, they're all in. And so are we. So we run it back with the same team. You guys make alterations to your team, and you guys can still not beat us. Your pitching staff is not on our level. We have 4 pitchers that are in the All-Star game, 2 starters, including 2 potential Cy Young winners, and then 2 relievers that have just been automatic all year. Just about. Small little slip-ups. Including to the game I went to. But, mind you, right now, presently, Phillies, best team in baseball. And for most of y'all that do not want to admit it or keep iterating this notion that the Phillies don't beat good teams, or when they do beat good teams, they don't want to show up, or when they play good teams, they don't want to hit the ball, or blah, blah. Yeah, well, it's a long year, and one thing that a lot of these critics are not giving us a lot of credit for is that we've been battling injuries. Trey Turner was gone for almost 6 weeks, and I was one of those idiots because of the emergence of Edmundo Sosa iterating out in the world that maybe, hey, we don't even need Trey Turner. But, boy, was I wrong. I mean, we need Trey Turner, and the way he's been playing this year, he's been lights out. I've never seen him play this good, honestly, and the way he came back from the IL and his injury, it's like he didn't miss a beat. He picked up the slack for most of the other lineup when Harper and Schwarber were out the last 2 weeks. He was the one picking up the slack. He was the one hitting the ball. He was the one delivering. He was the one looking like a $300 million player. Yes, that is something I could sign off on. Mind you, I still think that Bryce Harper, even with his little hamstring strain going into the All-Star break, is going to be the National League MVP. I think this lineup, 1 through 8 and 9, has just been remarkable. And I'm not even shedding light to what happened to JT Realmuto. Andrew Marchand has been great. He hits the ball. He's a great fielder. I like Garrett Stubbs. Scrappy little player. Yeah, he is a backup, but this showcasing of Andrew Marchand has been big. And it's definitely, since his last stint in the major leagues, which almost was 2 years ago, he's really developed in a great way, and he complements this team. He understands what the pitchers want. He understands how to control the ball game and everything, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing in Andrew Marchand. I hope the Phillies do not let him go. I don't, because he could be a very vital piece to what we're doing moving forward in the future. So, mind you, with all that, yes, the injury bug has taken little bites of our team, but our team has been resilient. Even when Marsh has been out, other players have been stepping in. Yohan Rojas, not so hot. Christian Pache coming in, making hits. Cody Clemens coming in, making hits. Whit Merrifield not having the best hitting season, but still a great defensive fielder and player. You know what I mean? Like, this team, top to bottom, is ready. They have people that are ready to plug in and play and contribute, and it's really big. The clubhouse has been electric. It's been awesome to watch this team. I've been trying to watch every game, and growing up when I was younger, the Phillies were not anything to watch. They were not. But of late, and the way this season is going, I'm taking a lot of pleasure into watching this team. I am very happy with Dave Dombrowski. I did have my little notions and beliefs that he did not do enough this offseason. But to run it back the way they have, and the way that Rob Thompson, who will be manager of the year, has been coaching and managing this team, has just been remarkable, honestly. I have to give Topper a lot of credit. He got a lot of heat last postseason, especially with tricky situations with his relievers. But the biggest thing about him is being able to trust his players and putting them in the positions for them to succeed. And sometimes as a manager, even though when you're doing that and your players fail, it's still important that you take that notion to help pick them up and bring them in a better way, so the next time they face such adversity, they're able to accomplish and win and succeed. And that's what a good manager does. I'm really surprised he's just started. Like, I'm surprised this is only his third year managing, honestly. But what he's done with this team has just been really remarkable. I give Topper a lot of credit. And this season's just been really awesome to watch. I intend to go to more games, hoping nobody else gets injured. But overall, I'm really happy to be a Phillies fan right now. Out of all the Philly teams, I think this is the team that could do it right now. But mind you, there's still a lot of season left. And there's still other components of our team that needs to come back together, including Real Muto, who will come back sooner than freaking Mike Trout, and they have the same injury, which is weird, but, recovery process. But there's a lot to hang our hats on. It's happy days in Philly right now, especially in the summertime. And things are definitely better in Philly in the summertime when the Phillies are playing good, especially when they're the best team in baseball. I'm fiending for another parade. I am. I want another one so bad. But patience, and hopefully everything can fall into place the way it should be, because honestly, I have a good feeling. I don't want to say it's our year, but I just have a good feeling, and we shall see. I do have some head-scratching moments in terms of our relief pitching. Other than the game that I went to and I watched Strom and Hoffman look bad, I have my concerns about Alvarado, but I think Topper will be able to top and cover up any issues that Alvarado may have in the postseason coming up, or even down the stretch when we need him to throw his stuff and get people out. So, time will tell with that. But I'm not here to throw Jose Alvarado under the bus, even though I definitely have, watching him cost us a couple games this year. But he's on the team, so we have to support and believe in his abilities to accomplish what he needs to accomplish. Time will tell. But overall, I'm happy about this team, and I will definitely have some more updates on this program about the Philadelphia Phillies. Stay tuned.